Hello, hello. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Hello, everyone. It is me, Kyle from KML. Obviously, you guys know this if you've been watching for so long. Uh, yeah, I'm here. We're hosting
Nice bed,
the
man.
voting stream. Thanks for that. I'm here joined, and you can see it up in right there. I'm joined by Lugia and Work in Progress on call. Say hello, guys.
Hello, hello.
What's up?
So yeah, we're going to be going over the voting process for MDVA Summit with you guys. And we wanted to have a whole presentation because it's a little different than other voting processes you've probably seen. And we've also got a couple cool announcements, and we've been working really hard since May when we launched to get everything going. So I'm excited. How about you guys?
Not really.
Not really? Wow.
Yeah, I'm not that excited actually.
Ah,
I'm actually quite
I'm trying to play to.
monotone.
I'm trying to play to the crowd
It
here.
just like doesn't. It just doesn't feel that important, you know. Like it
doesn't-
just doesn't feel that exciting.
Yeah.
What does
yeah,
MDVA
sure.
even mean?
What does MDVA even mean? Maine, Delaware, Vermont,
Armenia.
Alabama. Okay.
No, I like Armenia.
Yeah, whatever. Just so that we can get this out of the way, because I see it's about to happen. Actually, whatever. I don't care. Don't worry about that. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get started. Woo! Look at that. Whole presentation. At certain points, I'm gonna be just popping up here in the corner, if especially something's important. But otherwise, normal presentation. Let's go ahead and get started. MDVA Ultimate Summit. Here's everything you need to know. Once I tab into the thing. So, basic overview. What is MDVA Summit for you guys who don't already know? MDVA Summit is a 24-player invitational featuring the best from all of the Mid-Atlantic, which includes Maryland, DC, Virginia, and this isn't just because of last Saturday, we had this plan the whole time, Delaware. This voting phase decides the top 3 out of the 44 players who opted in to potentially get into the main bracket of MDVA Summit. And of course, you do not need to be a Mid-Atlantic resident to vote. So if you've got friends that live elsewhere, go ahead and hype them up. This is a popular vote over here.
Yeah, get everybody that you can. Get all your online friends. Get your real life friends. Get your family. Anybody can vote. It is not contingent on anything. The only thing that were the opt-ins, which has already been finalized. So there's no need to even think about that now. Anybody can vote from here on.
Yep, the opt-in list, as posted this weekend, is available on the KML Tournament's Twitter. If you want to see who you want to vote for, obviously all the names I believe will be listed on the form. So
We also have the graphic of everyone in the presentation. So yeah. Of course, this is our current roster of players as of June 28th. So everyone from Alternis to Rap, we directly invited, so they were just there from the start. And so far, congrats to Meow, Eris, Toa, Zexy, Habibi, and Styles for qualifying at the various qualifiers across the region. As you guys can see, there is still one more qualifier that takes place after voting at my local, KM Local, which that'll be July 9th in Edgewater, Maryland. And then of
It's
course
not the one this week.
not
next
the
week.
one this week. Not the one this week. It is next week. So that'll be get this, the qualifier KM Local, which is the last one for Summit, is KM Local 67. How about that?
Bang.
Dude, I wish I was funny.
everyone clap it up.
I wish I was funny. See me in the corner. There we go.
We do too.
Yeah. Whatever. Okay. Dude, my music just died. What? Okay. Cool. So then, what's next? Voting overview. Votes are divided into 2 different categories. We have free and paid. Free votes, we are going to be publishing a form that everyone from anywhere can fill out. Of course, that is going to be where your 3 free votes come in. You get to pick your top 3 of whoever you want to see from the opt-in list into MDVA Summit. And then there's paid votes, which I'm excited to announce that we have directly teamed up with StartGG to host the shop on the bracket page. This also makes it so that we can easily streamline the prize pool donation process and the voting process so that you're able to see how many paid votes someone has at any given time. Unfortunately, StartGG no longer supports free votes because they have since changed the voting system since the Smash Summit days, which is why we have to do this form. And of course, you can visit start.gg/MDVA Summit/shop or MDVA Alt Summit/shop to go ahead and purchase. I see an ad is starting, so I'm just going to chill here for a second while we wait on that.
Thank God, because the train is coming.
Yeah, okay. So, to sort of explain this to everybody, we have the two different forms, we have the two different ways of voting. The free votes and the paid votes function separately, but then also like we'll add them together for the final vote. So we'll be posting updates about that. Let me just tell chat that we're doing this. Wow, our subs? Okay. I would snooze more, but whatever. I'm purposely waiting. Okay. I'm purposely waiting for the ads to pass because I see there's like a minute left. But yeah. Hey, can we be nice? So while I'm
sorry.
here, yeah, we're doing whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. I assume bracket will, or that like StartGG bracket page will be published.
Yeah, the
tomorrow
StartGG
as soon as voting goes
yeah.
up as well.
Yeah, we're gonna be publishing the StartGG tomorrow, which start.gg/ actually no, the StartGG is already published.
The shop is not
start.gg/MDVA Alt
published.
Summit, but the shop is not published. After the presentation today, we're gonna be going into the MDVA shop to show you guys how to do that, like how to vote for somebody with paid votes. Yeah. All right. I see the ads are almost done, so we're gonna go ahead and hop back into that. Of course, the free voting, which actually I should pull up the form for that. So let me go look at this. So this is what our free voting form looks like. I'll pop myself in the bottom corner for this. So this is what our free voting looks like. It is literally just, you'll record your email so that you'll get a copy of your responses so that you can see who you voted for. And then you are forced to pick 3 of these players. And you just go, let's just say I randomly pick Avail.
That's a good option at the bottom. That's a real good option at the bottom.
Good option at the bottom. So this is what our free
That's a
voting
really
form
good
looks
option.
like. This will be published alongside the StartGG shop tomorrow. So yeah. Now, going back into the presentation, how will we count the voting? So every day that voting is live, we'll post a tweet to the KML Tournaments account of the total combined vote count. That is combining both the free votes and the paid votes together. And we will post that, we'll post the top 10 of that to the KML Tournaments Twitter every single day at 8 p.m. Except maybe Thursday because that's KM local and I'm low-key streaming that. But whatever. So yeah, everybody will be well informed about where they are in the grand scheme. And if anybody on the opt-in list wants to request the total number of votes they have, feel free to message the KML Tournaments Twitter. Now, let me open this back up. So voting will launch tomorrow night at 8 p.m. and it will close on July 7th at 8 p.m. But also on July 7th, starting at 7 p.m., I, on my personal Twitch, twitch.tv/KMLynch30, will be hosting a Summit countdown stream for counting down to the very end of voting at 8 p.m. And then, potentially, if the players are available, I'd like to interview the 3 winning contestants from voting live on stream. So our voting candidates, if everybody wants to take a look, let me hide myself because I'm low-key covering that up. This is the list
And
of
one friend that's
everybody.
blocking the list.
There's one that's blocking the list. So this is everybody who has opted into voting, and just if anybody's listening and can't watch, I'll read it out. It's Abiotic, Aiden Symphony, Houston, APT, Avail, Boat, Balto B, Dark, Drew2, Egaz, Festive Focus, IRLC, J-Bay, Kaking, Kimono, Kimboyachi, King P, Komidori, Cool Cow, Lil Ernie, Lost Vein, Lugia, Mastercore, Mega Ant-Man, Moru, Money Mike, Murun, Nope, Nikon, Pelka, Quinn, Rascal, Ruse, Save, The Mighty Dialga, Unlucky, Valis, Voltage Striker, Warner, Wasaretta, Willie, and of course, Big Oscar.
Big O.
Big O.
Really big, extremely big Oscar.
You don't have to say that. You don't have to say that.
Don't have
You
to
don't
say
have to
that.
say it's that big.
You don't have to
Cap.
say that.
I'm fit. I'm fit. Okay.
right.
Oh my god! A fucking bee just jumped onto me.
So
Sorry.
so fun fact, Oscar is at B Reverse right now, sitting outside doing this with us.
Yeah, I'm low-key holding up winter semis right now. Sorry.
So, of course, we have a shop on StartGG. That means we have merchandise. Ooh, for the first time ever, a KML event is having official merchandise. For the first time in 5 years, the KML t-shirts return. Last time we printed these was in 2021. They'll be $25.
Back when you were 15 years old.
Yeah, I was
True.
16 then, actually.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not the first
you were
time.
15.
But yeah, last time we printed these shirts, it was 5 years ago for KML Summit 2. I'm very excited to bring back like a KML merch line for the first time. And of course, if you guys were at either Patchwork or the Summer Arcadian, you probably saw me wearing one of these. It was either this or our next product, crew necks. Long sleeve sweaters. They're very cozy. I have one myself. Those will be $40. And keep in mind, it is 1-to-1 for whatever product you buy. So buying a $40 long sleeve, which is the most expensive product, I think, gets you 40 votes to put towards someone. And of course, hats. Everybody likes hats as well. Yeah. KML hat. Now to get into the MDVA Summit line, of course. For $6 a piece, you can rep your part of the region with an MDVA Summit pin. They come in Maryland, DC, and Virginia variants. So, and that's a free 6 votes.
Kind
That's
of
free
like that
6 votes
last
to put
one.
some. Kind of like that last one. I think that first one's pretty good. Yeah, that first one's pretty good. Killing everyone who reps the Virginia pin. Thank you, Oolong.
Mirror.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever. Then of course, MDVA Summit hat, just like the KML hat. Both hats, both t-shirts, and both long sleeves cost the same. MDVA Summit t-shirt, just basic logo on t-shirt as well. Same idea as the KML one. And same long sleeve, same exact thing. And then of course, we've been working quietly on one of probably the coolest merch pieces we've done for any of our events. This very next one. I'm pleased to present the official MDVA Summit poster featuring our 14 invited players, designed by MDVA resident Blubby. The players, as you see here, are featured are Alternis, Deliboid, Joe, Matador, Myth, Ojwaddler, Oolong, Platinum V, Ripcord, Seagull Joe, Sora J, Squidplumber, Xero, and Rap. A portion of
This thing is so awesome.
yeah, a portion. Let me move the. Hold on. Let me move this out of the way. A portion of every purchase of the poster goes directly into the artist, which means that you purchasing a poster helps support the great art that helps make MDVA. So even though the poster might contribute the least to the prize pool itself, but it does give you the most amount of votes at 40, and also helps support the community. the poster is an 18 by 24, and you're able to purchase it starting tomorrow. This isn't a finalized version, but the finalized one will be shipped. Although this is pretty much near final, as far as I'm aware. So,
It looks
yeah.
great regardless.
Yeah, of course.
We very much appreciate this. I really wanted to, for the merch in some capacity, get some kind of community involved, because like obviously we have like the KML stuff and the MDVA Summit, which is just a logo, but I wanted to make sure we can get some community artists to get their art featured.
Yeah.
Because I think at the
Everybody.
end of the day, this is what Summit is about: is getting everyone involved, getting everyone closer together.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and getting the community together. This is the very first ever MDVA Ultimate Summit, and we're specifying Ultimate there because I know Melee, the Melee side of our community, has done a couple of summits now. I know they do one like every year, I'm pretty sure, which we're planning to do, but we'll see how this first one goes. But yeah, that's it for this presentation. However, we're going to go tour the shop page itself really quickly. So let me go ahead and get that set up.
I will say with that, I am taking my leave. Kyle can walk you guys through the rest of this. MDVA Summit will be awesome. It'll be great.
Yeah,
And
MDVA Summit is happening July 11th and 12th, which is just under 2 weeks from now. And of course, very excited to have everybody for the first ever one. So yeah, real quickly before we move on, we're gonna go.
Vote for work in progress.
There were 3 KML summits, just Raf. There were literally 3 KML summits.
So there were
These already happened.
There were 3 KML summits. The first one happened almost 6 years ago now, so don't worry about it. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and set up the shop for it. I'm gonna go look at the shop for you guys. Whoa. I'm gonna throw us back in the top right. And
dude, I need to see how this stuff works too. I haven't used the StartGG shops in years.
So shops on StartGG, they function the same way like you would register for a tournament that's paid, right? So of course, we have a countdown for when the shop goes live. The shop is unpublished right now because it goes live tomorrow. Every person that you vote to, that player voting will raise money that goes towards the prize pool. And of course, on top of any of the cool products you see here, if you don't necessarily want anything, you can do a direct prize pool donation, which that is, once again, at a rate of $1 per vote. So you could, in theory, donate $100 to get 100 votes for someone. Somebody take some... Okay. Yeah, and of course, every single one of our products is listed here. So let me just go walk through like a checkout process just to show everybody. So when you're on the shop, you add your product to your cart, you see it over here, and if there's anything else you want. I low-key have 2 in my cart right now, so I'm going to fix that. And then looks exactly like tournament checkout. Continue. You choose where your money goes, you select player voting, and then you select the person you want your purchase to go towards. So hypothetically, if I wanted to vote in Big Lugia, I would select Lugia with the...
And we're all doing this, by the way.
Yeah?
Every single one of us. All of us.
Yeah. So yeah, whatever your total is over here, you get that amount of votes over here. So because my purchase is $6 plus the $4 and whatever in shipping, I got $10 to spend, which means I have 10 votes. So I could, in theory, do that. And then you just check out like normal. You put in your shipping info here, which I'm not going to do that. I'm on stream. And then it's going to say whatever. I don't want to reveal my personal address to everybody on stream. Let's not do that. And then you put in your payment like normal, and then orders will be processed after Summit is over. So starting on the Monday or Tuesday after MDVA Summit, which I think is like the 11th which is like the 13th or 14th, that's when the orders will be processed. And I believe in most cases, Takes about a week or so, like takes about a week and a half or so to ship to you guys.
Think about it this way: by mid-July, you will probably have your things.
Maybe not mid-July, maybe like late July. So like
Like the
probably post
20th,
Beast
I
in
think.
probably like post Beast in the East is probably when we're gonna get like most of your stuff. But yeah. So now, of course, if anybody has any questions, we're gonna be reading chat. For anyone that has any questions, concerns, or whatever, anything cool they want to say about MDVA Summit, and we'll probably have that up for the next like 10 minutes or so.
You guys can rapid fire the questions.
Yeah, go throw the how much any commentary announcements. Mr. Patch is our commentary director. We already announced him, but the rest of our lineup will be announced one by one over the next 2 weeks.
Chris, you're not allowed in the VC. You can't VC.
Can we kill whoever places 17th? Something like that.
Yeah, the bracket's gonna be in waves. There's gonna
So,
be
okay,
a format of like.
I'll explain this. So the
Yeah.
brackets in 2 waves, and there's 2 pools in each wave, and each pool has 6 players. However, on Sunday we're still doing a top 16, which means that 8 of the players that are in MDVA Summit will not advance to day 2. However, we are working on getting a quote-unquote redemption bracket for anybody that places 17th. But we're still finalizing the details on that, which is why we haven't announced anything of the sort. So everybody who's at the tournament will be able to play in a singles bracket on day 2. It just depends on what. Obviously, 8 people advance to winner side, 8 people advance to loser side. If any of you guys watched KML 5Y or the KML Holiday Special 2025, it's the exact same format as those. So we throw somebody into the basement. And fun fact, MDVA Summit takes place at the very same venue that hosted KML 5Y. So we're back. Yeah, of course you would remember KML 5Y. Let me see if
I would
missed...
remember too as the winner of the event. You know.
Yeah. Who is Big Kyle voting for? I'm not voting for anyone because it's my tournament, which means me paying for votes actually doesn't do anything because it's coming out of my pocket. I'm broke, guys. If anybody wants to drop a sub, that'd be nice. And yeah, but is this all going to be in waves or at once? Voting is going to be one long wave that lasts the entire week from June 30th to July 7th, which means it's going to go from 44 to 3 immediately. So it's going to be one hectic week of people campaigning to see who places within top 3 when it's all said and done.
There's gonna be a Google form that we release shortly that you'll be able to vote for the people, and that's for the free votes. So it's not going to be on Twitter like some other summits you may have seen. It's going to be a Google form. It's going to have the participants. You're going to be able to vote for, like, list who you're voting for, and then it'll go through and we'll tally them all up, obviously. And then if you want to add extra, which adds to the prize pot, you can vote. You can buy some merch or stuff like that on the StartGG shop, and then that'll add extra votes on top of your already free votes.
And like we said in the presentation, we will every weekday we will be combining the vote counts of everyone who's in the top 10 and publicly posting that on our Twitter page, and anybody who is actively campaigning can message us, either message the KML Tournament's Twitter or message myself, Lugia, or Work in Progress directly, and we'll be able to get that for you guys.
Yeah, there's again, no multiple phases of voting. There's just the one long phase for 1 week, and then the top 3 will just advance. So after the 1 week, all the votes will be tallied, and the top 3 will make it to Summit.
And keep in mind, if you don't make it in voting, that's not the be-all, end-all, unless you can't go to KM Local on July 9th, which in that case it might be. But yeah, after voting is over, we have one last LCQ at KM Local, which is in the same general, not like exactly the same city, but same general area that MDVA
It's like
Summit
5
is
minutes
hosted in.
away.
It's like 5 minutes away. So anybody who's local to Maryland, you have a chance, one more chance. And if anybody wants to come from all over the region to KM Local on July 9th, we're going to be publishing that StartGG this Friday. So be on the lookout for that. All right, what else? What else? There's only one DC rep. It's Myth. Yeah. We so far I think we have 3 Maryland reps, 1 DC rep, 1 Delaware rep, and 15 Virginia reps. But then like you break that down even more, and it evens itself out a little
If you
bit
break
better.
it into the subregions of VA,
If you break it into subregion of VA, it makes more sense. But so yes, this is a more VA player dominated event, but I mean with
that
VA,
also shows how the
like-
region has trended in the recent years. So
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, VA is strong.
yeah, it's 1 week for voting. So from I look, you don't remember the dates, but it's 1 week.
June 30th to July 7th.
Yeah, what he said.
Yeah, June 30th at 8 p.m. to July 7th at 8 p.m. So you're not going to wake up tomorrow and immediately
there's
start
more ads.
campaigning. I know. I tried like snoozing them enough, but Twitch is kind of sucks, and I did not feel like editing the split for this one stream
That's fair.
because I would just have to like put it back tomorrow. When is this going to turn into yearly? I'll wait till the ad's done to answer
I can
any more
just-
questions.
Reply in chat.
We're gonna try to do yearly. Like keyword is try. Obviously, we don't know how this is gonna go for this first one. We don't know how this is gonna go for the first year. The goal is yearly. The reason MDVA Summit came about was because I had such a fun time doing KML5Y last year, which is effectively what MDVA Summit 0, I guess, was, if you think about it. That doing like a big invitational every summer to like as a way to like mark the mid-year point was that's gonna be like our goal to try to do it every year. Maybe we miss a year. Maybe if like a new Smash game comes out in 2027, we might hold off on Ultimate Summit to wait and do whatever else. And I do imagine in like 2030 we'd probably do something for the KML 10th anniversary instead of an MDVA Summit, but that's so far out that I'm not even thinking about that right now. Yeah. So yeah.
The PR is getting announced at the summit now. Well,
I'll go ahead and say this. Actually, I'm okay with announcing this. Yeah, we're gonna be announcing the MDVA PR at MDVA Summit as a series of videos. So if any of you guys have watched the like Lumi rank, like top 10 reveals that are at like LMBM or Supernova, it's basically gonna be the same idea as that, but we're gonna do the whole top 20.
yeah, it's basically like the really incredibly gifted and artful PowerPoint that me and Chris made in
That we did at KM
for the
Local.
first half of the year.
But we're gonna expand upon it.
But it's gonna be a little worse. You know, it's gonna be hard to emulate the quality of that PowerPoint. So you know, but
This is
it'll be
true.
cool. You know,
This is true.
we'll get to see the whole PR get revealed, and it'll be a fun surprise for everybody.
And the PR reveal will happen before single starts, which means that it's going to be completely fresh on everybody who's at Summit. Yeah. Any last minute questions before we head off for the night? I know that I'm wanting to go to bed soon, probably. I'm tired. Or something like that. I have like VODs to do. I appreciate everybody who came out and watched. What is the channel for B Reverse? I want to raid them instead of KML TV because I know
I'll
that's
find it
happening
right now, hold on.
It's what, B Reverse Nova?
Dude, why is the command so weird? It's Beer vs Nova, yeah.
Got it. So thank you everybody for watching our presentation on MDVA Summit voting. We're going to be posting all of these as like graphics tomorrow. I hope everybody has a great time watching B Reverse when I raid you guys to it, and I hope everybody's just as excited for the very first ever voting phase for the very first ever MDVA Summit as I am. So, have yourself a good one, and if anybody is going to KM Local on Thursday, we published registration today. We have doubles. So, if anybody wants to play doubles, come show up at Thursday at 6 p.m. Yeah, let me actually do what I need to do.
You guys have to. Oh, yep. Thank Oscar too. You know,
Yeah.
friend Oscar had to leave, but he's here in spirit.
Yeah. I'm on view only on my own form. Wait a minute. Okay. I hope everybody has a good night. I'm going to sign off. We're going to go watch the rest of B Reverse, the new Monday Night Local in Manassas, Virginia. Bye!